So this poppy's leaves only lasted for 2 days. They're already falling off. Like I said, this is my first year growing everything, so I'm learning as I go. But we got a few coming in at the same time. This one's just a few days behind. Looks like the Danish flag are the only ones I'm getting right now. I know I got 3 or 4 different varieties planted. This is the biggest pod we have yet. So it looks like I'm gonna have about 3 or 4 coming up and flowering at the same time. So that's gonna be neat to see in the next few days. So like and subscribe so you don't miss me using the stress method once these start bolting and they start getting the bulbs. Well, not before they get the bulbs, but I'm gonna use the stress method, get the light close to them. It's gonna almost look like they're dying, but this is gonna cause them to go into survival mode. Then they're gonna put all their energy into making the bulb, the pod. So they're gonna be much larger than the ones outside. And the last thing I learned, keeping everything alive is the hardest part. These are in direct sunlight most of the day, which they need. These are in a little less full, they're got a little more shade, and they're a few weeks older than that line. But then you look over here, and this is really difficult to keep up with because they stay in the shade most of the day, but they still look healthy. So we'll be fitting these out. So if you're gonna plant in Alabama, you gotta really watch where you're planting. You can't just plant them out in direct sunlight. They will dry up in just a day or 2. But once your poppies get to this age, they're pretty much on automatic. I brought these out in full sunlight, and they're definitely the healthiest looking ones. Like, keeping them alive is the hardest part, but once they get to this part, like I said, they are on automatic. Even these little guys are going to be getting transplanted soon as I get the new containers to put them all together and make the big indoor grow. All right, see you guys in the next video.